Time now for Eyewitness News. Call 12 for action. These days, we let our thumbs do the talking with more than 1.5 trillion text messages sent over mobile phones last year alone.
That's an average of 5 billion a day. But could all this typing actually lead to injury? Problem solver Susan Hogan tells us about texting trouble.
Computers used to be responsible for carpal tunnel syndrome. Now doctors have discovered a new condition that's being dubbed texting thumb. As absurd as it sounds, it really is a real problem.
Try as she might, Melissa Marisman can't seem to get away from her BlackBerry.
I'm on my BlackBerry almost all day because for work I use my BlackBerry at night. I'm texting my friends. My boss will even text me in the evening.
But one day her thumb started to hurt and she couldn't figure out why.
It gets very achy, it gets stiff, and it actually does hurt to text.
Does that bother you over here?
Turns out Melissa was suffering from repetitive stress injury caused by, you guessed it, frequent texting.
And our hands sit there with the cell phone kind of cradled, and we have to flex or bend the thumb or the index finger to such an extreme that that repetitive motion over time gives problems to some of those joints.
Injuries are similar to those caused by excessive typing, but texting affects different joints.
Instead of necessarily getting tendinitis of your wrist or inflammation of your wrist from typing a lot, you can get some symptoms in your fingers because you're working on a little tiny keyboard.
What's a frequent texter to do? Well, experts suggest slowing down, taking frequent breaks, and switching up the way you hold your phone or the fingers you use to type with.
Also exercise. You can stretch out your thumbs. You can stretch out your index fingers. You can take that break because they're usually in a cramped position, and being in a cramped position can give you spasm to those areas.
And consider talking. What a concept. Instead of typing every once in a while.
If my daughter approached me and said her hands were sore, her fingers were hurting because she was texting so much, the first thing I would say is text less frequently, talk to your friends.
In addition to texting, experts suggest you limit your child's handheld video game use, which requires the same kind of repetitive movements. And if you have a consumer problem you need help solving, contact our Call 12 for Action Center Monday through Thursday from 11 until 1. Hotline 228-1850. I'm problem solver Susan Hogan, Eyewitness News.